Welcome back to the weekly Bitcoin.com news show. My name is Corbin Fraser. Today is Friday, August 21st, 2020, and we've got a whole bunch of Bitcoin news to go over today, including US Postal Service files patent for blockchain mail-in voting system. Is Warren Buffett ready to change his tone on Bitcoin? $6 billion Akon city is underway. Former Prudential financial CEO says now is time to buy Bitcoin. Excessive flooding in Sichuan causes 20% hash rate drop. And DeFi token worth more than a single Bitcoin. So let's go to the top. We've got US Postal Service files patent for blockchain mail-in voting system. As the US Postal Service faces unprecedented pressure in the lead up to the November elections, the governmental agency filed a patent for blockchain-based mail-in voting. The patent, filed with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, details an initiative called the Secure Voting System, citing the reluctance of U.S. voters to travel to physical voting locations. The patent details the security benefits of processing votes on a distributed blockchain ledger. It's uncertain whether the system could be implemented during this election cycle, with Postmaster General Louis DeJoy due to testify in front of Congress on September 17th. Observers ponder whether blockchain may be the agency's saving grace. Now, I think this is kind of an interesting story since it does tie in so much to both kind of blockchain as well as the upcoming US election. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Which chain do you think they should be using to do mail-in voting, or should they even be doing mail-in voting using blockchain? Is this rife for scam, or is this the future of voting? Let us know in the comments. I probably shouldn't have an opinion on this one way or another because I'm just going to upset one group or another. So, I guess it's great that blockchain is being used in different ways, and that even the US Postal Service is looking into this as another mechanism to help mail-in voting. I guess that's a cool initiative for blockchain. I'm curious to know how they would pull that off, on which chain, with Ethereum fees being quite high. BTC not really having that ability. It'd be an interesting concept, but seems like a lot of work. And just based on the UX of a lot of these different blockchain programs and applications, I wonder if they can get it to the point where it's easy enough for your, say, 80-year-old grandmother to, log into her blockchain app and perform a vote. So we'll see how that works. Good luck to them, though, on that project. Next up, we've got, is Warren Buffett ready to change his tone on Bitcoin? So Buffett has reversed his position on gold recently, prompting some to question whether he may do the same for Bitcoin. He previously stated that he prefers stock in companies over gold, but his firm bought a significant stake in a top mining firm, Barrick Gold, sending shares soaring on Monday. Gold evangelist Peter Schiff was upbeat about Buffett's reversal, tweeting, "Warren Buffett knows inflation is a tax. If you don't want to pay the tax, buy gold or gold stocks, just like Buffett did." Though the move does mark a new direction for the legendary investor, it remains to be seen whether Bitcoin will ever make it into Buffett's portfolio. So, interesting. Peter Schiff, make sure you go follow him on Twitter. He's always an insightful guy on the whole gold versus crypto. I think it's always healthy to make sure that you keep an eye on some of the guys that, don't believe in Bitcoin. I think, if we can't keep a reasonable discussion with folks who maybe can find holes in, cryptocurrency and holes in some of the thought process and investment strategies behind it, then, you might be missing out on some opportunities there. Next up, we've got $6 billion Akon city is underway. So Senegalese American star Akon has shared updates on the progress of Akon City, a $6 billion cryptocurrency-run city in the future of Senegal. The entertainer and philanthropist stated that the city will be reminiscent of Wakanda, the fictional city that was the backdrop of the Marvel hit movie Black Panther. Akon expects Akon City to be completed by 2023, having posted a picture of the ongoing project to his Instagram account and asserting that the city will run entirely off of the Stellar-based cryptocurrency Akon. Cool. Great news for Akon City. I'm going to be honest, though. I don't think I've ever listened to Akon, and I don't think I've ever seen Black Panther. So I don't have much to comment on this besides, saying Wakanda sounds like a great city to live in. I hope that stellar currencies and Akon are wildly successful and people move into a $6 billion cryptocurrency run city. It sounds cool. Moonshots are fun. Good luck, Akon. Next up, we've got former Prudential financial CEO says now is time to buy Bitcoin. George Ball is advising wealthy investors to acquire Bitcoin because it is the only asset that cannot be undermined by the government. Ball, currently serving as CEO of Sander Morris Harris, made the comments while offering investment tips to investors. Ball said that the global pandemic and the US elections are two major concerns for investors. Commenting on his new stance on Bitcoin, Ball stated, "I've never said this before, and I've always been a blockchain, cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin opponent. But if you look now, the government cannot stimulate markets forever. The liquidity fund will end." So yeah, more signs that, folks in the traditional investment world are really taking a second look at Bitcoin because people are realizing that the markets may be made of just hot air, and that hot air is not going to rise forever. At some point, it is going to come back down, and I think those who have hedged themselves carefully and into these alternative non-government-backed currencies have a much more to gain. So very cool. Great work, George Ball. Very exciting. Next up, we've got excessive flooding in Sichuan causes 20% hash rate drop. That's not good. That's not good at all. So China houses a significant portion of the world's Bitcoin mining operations, with many facilities concentrated in the Sichuan province. We've covered this in previous YouTube videos, so be sure to follow along and hit the follow button and subscribe on YouTube if you can, because we're always talking about all of the cool and exciting stuff going on in China related to the mining of Bitcoin. So back to the story. After weeks of torrential rainfall, video emerged of Chinese workers trying to salvage Bitcoin mining rigs from the mud. Top mining pools, including Ant Pool, Poolin, F2 Pool, Huobi, and Via BTC, which are located in the flood-stricken region, have had significant reductions in hash rate. Uncertainty about the fate of mining in regions remains unknown as Asia faces a historic summer monsoon season. So be sure to follow along. Like I said, I think the flooding that's going on in China is something that we often see news stories about, but this particular one seems to be serious enough where it's actually causing drops in hash rate. For those who don't understand what hash rate is the amount of mining power that is put onto a certain chain. And that varies depending on coin. The big ones that are using the Bitcoin mining algorithm, the SHA-256D, are BTC, the number one cryptocurrency, BCH, which is also using the SHA-256, BSV is also using SHA-256. And what happens is the miners often jump between these coins and move their hash rate and point their mining rigs at these different coins to try to earn the rewards. And when you have a big flood, all of a sudden you have these computers that go offline, and the security of the network and speed of which the blocks come in can be greatly reduced because of the sudden drop-off of hash rate. And this can cause some delays in processing when you're waiting for confirmation. So for instance, if you're sending out 1 Bitcoin to an exchange, that may take even longer to arrive due to the limited amount of hash power available and the difficulty in finding the next block to include all of the confirmed transactions. Next up, we've got DeFi token worth more than a single Bitcoin. This one's kind of exciting. Decentralized finance, an emerging industry aimed at creating traditional financial instruments in a decentralized architecture, continues to make waves as we saw another token shoot up in price. With Yearn increasing over 270% in value over the last 5 days, the digital token is currently outpricing Bitcoin, trading around 13,000 per Yiffy. People are calling it Yiffy or YFI. So this token aims to obtain yield liquidity through the variety of different pools available, allowing for interest earning via high demand stablecoins like USDT, DAI, TUSD, and USDC. The $390 million market cap puts the Yearn Finance project in the top 50 among 5,700 crypto coins and tokens in existence today. We're seeing just in the past few weeks and really past few months a real sudden surge in interest in DeFi, and that's decentralized finance. You'll find a lot of these projects are using Ethereum, which has also led to a big spike in the Ethereum fees, which we covered in the last video on our YouTube channel here. What we're seeing is particular here with the Yiffy is one coin that's doing some high yield farming. For those of you who are interested in farming, it's a whole new kind of ball game where you're basically just jumping around pools trying to find these arbitrage opportunities. And to some degree, it's all being automated through different smart contracts and website applications that allow people to connect to their wallet, either via MetaMask or Wallet Connect, to participate in some of these different pools where they have a greater shot at increasing their APR. We're seeing some APRs vary from 20% to 90% to even higher, which is something that you just don't see in traditional finance. It's just kind of mental. And this is getting a lot of people excited, but it's also very new. And I think most people involved in DeFi also like to warn people that this is a very new space. These smart contracts aren't always audited. A simple bug in some code could potentially lead to loss in funds. It's all very kind of new, a little bit dangerous, a little bit risky, a little bit sexy. People like to put some money in and hope numbers go up. And it seems to be that the DeFi aspect is really bringing in some more people that maybe haven't been involved in cryptocurrency, but are seeing these opportunities as ways to make significant money based on just locking up some funds into a vault, like what happens here with YFI, which is Yearn.finance, where you basically can lock up some stable coins and participate in these pools and potentially earn some additional revenue. Kind of interesting stuff, worth checking out. I'm sure we'll be covering more things on DeFi and all of the new tokens that emerge out of this whole new version of kind of the wild, wild west of crypto. We're seeing more DeFi join in on other cryptocurrencies, the main one still being Ethereum, but there's several other cryptocurrencies that are also trying to participate in this, including Tron, EOS, as well as the upcoming AVAX, AvaX, which was a recent ICO, and they're focusing on providing similar functionality as Ethereum at a much faster and cheaper ability to settlement, which is kind of one of the issues we still see is that sending Ethereum, depending on if you don't have enough fees, your transaction may not make it through. So kind of interesting stuff. Next up, we've got some quick updates from Bitcoin.com, including 2 exciting wallet updates. The first one, censorship-resistant domains on the blockchain can now be purchased directly in the Bitcoin.com wallet through our Unstoppable Domains integration. And for crypto traders, we've also integrated Into the Block, which is a data service that allows users to keep an eye on price sentiment as well as hourly price predictions. You can access that from inside the Bitcoin.com wallet by tapping into the markets section by viewing the BTC or BCH markets right from the homepage of your app. And you can view everything from the latest price charts as well as the latest news, in addition to these price predictions from Into the Block, which allow you a little bit better idea as to what the price may or may not do. The certainty does vary from 50% to 60% we've seen, so it is still a bit of a coin toss at times, but it does give you a better idea as to what some of these AI price prediction bots are kind of hinting as to what the price may or may not do. But go check that out in the wallet. Go visit wallet.bitcoin.com to download the Bitcoin.com wallet and check that out. We've also got Bitcoin Games, which has launched a massive $2 million prize pool. This is the biggest ever promotion launched on Bitcoin Games. Head on over to games.bitcoin.com to find out more how to participate. Great opportunity to win some big prizes and get in on this $2 million prize pool. So go check that out, games.bitcoin.com. Next up, we've got some comments from viewers. Last week, we had one from a fella named Truth Monster who asked, what wallets have SLP tokens? Still only Electron Cash and Badger. Should be more by now. And yeah, there actually are quite a few. There is the Electron Cash, like you said, as well as Badger. Of course, Bitcoin.com wallet has supported SLP tokens since January 2020, and we will continue to do so. You can easily swap USDT into BCH and BCH into USDH, and you can have all the fun you want with tokens and store all of your tokens in the Bitcoin.com wallet. There is also Crescent Cash, which is another Android and I believe desktop wallet. And I believe there's a few other wallets in the works as well. Zapito is another great one, which they've been doing some interesting things with SLP token rewards. It's a BCH only wallet, which it seems like they're really focusing as well on some remittance functionality. So big shout out to the guys at Zapito, or is it Zapitu? I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. And I believe there's a few other ones in the works. So be sure to follow at slp.cash, where you can visit the Simple Ledger Protocol's website. They have all of the wallets listed there as well. Next up, we've got, why don't you cover the ABC situation? Seems like big BCH news to me. And you know what, we've kind of already covered that. We've mentioned some of our stances on things. The company recently put out a notice on what Bitcoin.com will be doing over the next 3 months. We've basically said that we'll be using the BCH end node for all of our services and are encouraging others to do so. Of course, you can read that announcement over at read.cash. I think the whole ABC, BCHN, debate is still very early. Today is August 21st. The network upgrade isn't intended to take effect until November 15th. So there is plenty of time for us to cover this and cover all of the latest arguments and drama. For now, we're just focusing on good news because you know what? It's Friday and we don't all want to live in the dramatic world of protocol development anger. But we implore everyone in the protocol development teams to just continue to communicate and work together. Try to figure this out. Everyone wants Bitcoin Cash to succeed and win. And all hands on deck kind of thing, So that's it for me today, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below if you'd like me to answer it. And let us know if you want us to cover any other news. We'd be happy to hear from you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.